How are y'all doing tonight? I mean today, whatever time it is. So used to reading in bars at like 9 o'clock at night. I'm gonna readjust the mic so we can get real intimate. Thank y'all for having me. Thank you to the Decatur Book Festival. Thank you to the Decatur Library for hosting us. Thank you to my fellow poets who'll be reading with me in this session and throughout the day. Stick around, poetry all day. Thank you, Jericho, for a wonderful introduction. Have y'all ever played that game as kids where you throw a football up in the air and then beat the shit out of each other? This is called Queer the Smear. Behind the school, we scrum, we bum rush, we hum the slur, sing for brief carnage, we drum skin red, become bruised numb, we limp wrist the football above us, spread arms to catch its descent, we thrum with violence, we come undone. No rules except blood, glitzing grass, parking lot gravel sparkling in sunlight like glitter. There is no other way boys may touch, may hold each other against the dirt. I'm going to be reading from my first collection that came out earlier this year, Grief Sluts, and I'm also going to be reading some poems from a manuscript and project called Tea for Tea. Queer ecology. Don't be surprised. I'm a redneck wussy. Moonshine sloppy with a limp wrist. Town crier, sobbing on the street corner. You'll get used to the lipstick, same like the scupidine's flesh sweet pulp. I'm here. Sure as roadkill. Sure as, oh, possum. Night slick, slurping blood ticks, I'm everywhere like a dandelion falling apart in the wind's embrace. I'm haunting the family tree, same as you, born to this ecology, this bloodied patch of dirt. Go ahead, spit me roadside like a boiled peanut shell sucked of salt. Crown me queen of the chitlin strut. Don't be surprised, the ground's so fertile. Young queers have been fucking in the fields since the first sin. First garden delight, first Adam's apple taken in the mouth, first seed spilled. If you bury enough wild queers in the dirt, one's sure to sprout in your backyard. All right, here's some new shit. This is called Transsexual Confessional. I forget my own monstrosity until someone reminds me. They'll rubberneck my funeral to Sherlock my birth sex. You get used to it, the staring, when starring in your own 24/7 sitcom, the too loud whisper, the obvious gesture, the prying question. I could try to play along, the usable suspect, moonlight as hermaphrodite hermit haunting the wet dreams of legislators. Could tell them the names my lover calls me, what they write in my body in impermanent ink, how my mother balks at the body slick songs I whistle true as a godwit. Could deliver the rehearsed plea, a past drafted for palatable consumption, but I won't give them that. Won't tell how panic fangs my brain, freeze calligraphed with tragic stories of how uncertainty, then shame, beget death. I know how a girl like me becomes a cautionary tale we recite to help each other survive. No, I won't flaunt the wound to prove I'm alive. All right, I'm gonna do 2 more poems, and then we're gonna get to another poem. Feeling good? Good, good. I got married yesterday. Kind of on the spur of the moment, our wedding plans kind of got messed up by a giant storm, and we decided to go to the park and hire a man off the internet who was very kind. He was like, I'm LGBT friendly. And I said, great, come marry us, stranger. And it was fantastic and beautiful. And then we got Italian food and went to the beer garden and drank with her friends. And so I wanted to read a poem for my spouse, so hot, called Discipline. When you swing a swift open palm to pinken my upturned ass, I brace for the soft sting. I take a sharp breath, then the ache stills me. Your hands remind me to whom I belong. You grasp my long hair, pull taut to tame me, snare a whimper until I gasp your name. Give me this reverie. Animal urged to break free, break me. I beg, please don't stop. I lose count and collapse, still obescent in your embrace. You caress where you've bruised, where you used skin to mark me your canvas. You coax me back from the brink of spent sense. Call me good girl. Your leather-leashed darling. I promise I'll be a good girl this time. So hopefully that gets published. We'll see. I'm going to read a last poem from Grief Slut. I read you, I guess, some slutty stuff. So I'm going to read you some grief stuff to end us on. In the last reading, if you were just here, I know a lot of people were talking about grief after suicide, so I want to read something along the same lines. Sorry for the vibe shift immediately. But I don't know, this is an important poem to me. It's called Coronation, and thank you for having me. You asked for a paper crown with your whopper, although you were turning 30. And the teen cashier handed it over without mutiny. We took turns as a monarch. Onion and sweat perfumed our procession. We dropped fries into our mouths like luscious grapes, made thrones of abandoned benches, and sent imagined enemies to their deaths. You placed the flimsy circlet on my brow, and my voice dropped an octave. The crown, cartoon gold, came unclasped, crooked and sweat wrinkled. When we polished off the bottle of stolen champagne, bubbles frothed our grease-gilded lips. This is how you left me, royal with delirium, the crown discarded under a pile of damp laundry. Months later, after you had died, I donned the crown again, discovered half crushed behind the bookcase, cardboard soggy and peeling, crests bent forward like weary gardeners. How you left me, how you left this world, a boy king, becoming suddenly older when he watched the first traitor's head roll across the floor. Thank you so much.